Good afternoon and welcome. It's now 4 o'clock. I'm going to hand over to Letitia Wolfenkel. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I see that we haven't got many participants online, but I think we can start. They can join us as they come. And it's also important to note that this webinar is being recorded. So if you want to share it with your fellow students afterwards, you're welcome to do so. So first of all, thank you for joining us for this afternoon session. It's basically a breakdown of the services that SAMA offered to students, more so junior doctors, and how we can support you going into the workforce once you join as an intern. And yes, my name is Letitia Wolfswinkel. I'm an attorney and I work in the Legal Affairs Department of the South African Medical Association. As just some rules for this afternoon, please, when the presentation is going and you have any questions, don't raise your hand. Please type your questions and we will deal with all the questions after the conclusion of the presentation. So I'm going to dive right into it. Let me share my screen with you and then we can start with the presentation. There we go. I just want to move around a few things on my screen. There we go. Okay. Let's see. So what is SAMA? SAMA is the South African Medical Association, and we are the largest and oldest medical association in South Africa. We're an independent and voluntary professional association for medical doctors, by medical doctors. You will see if you are interested and you look into the board of SAMA and what the board comprises of, you will find that it's mostly medical doctors who've been, and most of them have been involved in the SAMA structures for many, many years. So SAMA is an association, as I've indicated, for doctors, by doctors, and we represent doctors with authority and credibility in the healthcare environment in all matters that concern them. So the service that SAMA offers range from stakeholder representation. With that, we mean the College of Medicine South Africa, the HBCSA, the Health Ministry, the World Medical Association, and the World Health Organization. We also provide regular journals, CPD activities and point accreditation, and we provide medical legal assistance, labor law assistance. We've got a health policy committee, and you get discounted access for training CPD events. We advocate for our members and we set treatment codes. We provide bursaries and scholarships. We also assist with the setting of clinical guidelines and we research ethics. We've got an oversight function with research ethics. So basically what I want to discuss with you mostly today is what to expect when you go into the workforce as an intern. And what I know it's still a way to go. You are the fifth-year medical students at the WITS University, but in a year's time, you need to start to make important decisions and to be aware of what to expect. So first of all, when you prepare for your internship, you need to register with the HBCSA. This is of utmost importance because if you are not registered with the HBCSA, you cannot commence with your internship, and there's even the danger of you losing your placement. So if you as a student have any problems with your registration with the HBCSA going into your internship, you need any support in any way possible, you can always count on SAMA because we've got a close working relationship with the registration department and we can assist with all registration queries that you might have. So first of all, you're going to apply on the National Department of Health's ICSP system. They've got 2 intakes a year. The first intake is normally, we've just finished the last intake for the year. So basically this is in preparation for the January interns that will commence employment in January next year. So that is they normally open the system around about end of September, beginning of October, and then at this specific time they start with the placements and they start communicating your placement to you, and you will know whether you've got one of your first 5 choices, and then you can proceed to start with the internship in the new year. We know that some students do not necessarily finish together with their fellow students, and they need a little bit more time to get things in order. And that is why the Department of Health has another intake that normally commences in March and April of every year, with the idea of having these guys start in the middle of the year with their internship. Probably the first time you're going to need SAMA is with your internship placement. This time of year, we get extremely busy. We are inundated with calls from students that indicate that they either did not get one of their 5 choices, or alternatively, their circumstances have changed and they now have special circumstances and they require a placement in a specific town or in a specific province. And we need the participants to know that if this happens to you, you can always reach out to SAMA. We've got quite a close working relationship with the National Department of Health, and we are in close contact with them. So any queries that you might have with regards to your placement, we can take it up with the National Department and assist you in sorting it out. So one of the other services that we offer is labor relations assistance. How this works, just to give you an idea of the typical things that you might face as an intern. First of all, you might have problems with your payment. So what happens is you start at the beginning of January, and at the end of January, you suddenly find that you haven't got a salary in your account. So this normally happens as a result of all the documentation that is not in place. So that is why we say it's important that you make sure that your HPCSA registration is in place. You need to follow up with your HR department and ensure that they've got your contract of employment, that it's signed, and that they process your contract of employment, because if they do not do it on a hospital level and submit it to the provincial level, it will not be processed and you will not receive payment at the end of the month. General issues that we deal with is grievances. A grievance normally happens when you are unhappy with something that is happening in the workplace. You maybe try and address it with your HOD, you maybe try and address it with your HR department, and you can't seem to resolve it. Then you're always welcome to contact SAMA, as we can intervene on your behalf and engage your employer on your behalf to get your grievances resolved. If a grievance is not settled at a hospital level, we've got ways of dealing with it at a higher level. This normally happens with issues such as unfair labor practices. And what then happens is we refer a dispute on your behalf to the Public Health and Social Development Sectoral Bargaining Council. That is the equivalent of the CCMA, but all your unfair labor practice disputes and possible dismissal disputes will be referred to the PH instead of the CCMA, because it is sector specific. You fall within the health sector. Also, if you should face the unfortunate event of being brought before a disciplinary hearing, we can also assist with that. We can represent you in the disciplinary hearing, and we can advise you on the process, what to expect. We can assist you in preparation, represent you on the day of the hearing, and anything that follows thereafter, we can provide support and assistance. We also advise on rights pertaining to conditions of employment. And one of the things that we see quite often among the interns is that they become quite overworked. We see instances where interns are expected to greatly exceed the amount of hours that they contractually agreed to do and what the HPCSA prescribes in terms of what you are allowed to do. And we normally invite our members to contact us in such instances, because we are in a position to assist you with this and to address it on your behalf. Then we also provide HPCSA legal assistance. That would normally happen when a patient or the employer lodge a complaint against you at the HPCSA. And as I've already mentioned, we also assist with registration issues. So you're welcome to scan the QR code to join SAMA. After the presentation, I will leave it up so you can scan it. And I want to mention that the membership for students is free. You don't have to pay anything to become a member of SAMA. The only time when you will start paying is once you are employed. When you become an intern, then there is a subscription fee that you need to pay every month. But while you're a student, we always encourage the students to join because it is free. And then you always have the opportunity to give us a call and ask for assistance if you're facing any difficulties with HPCSA registration and also with any placement issues that might come up towards the end of your studies when you already applied for a position with the National Department of Health. So feel free to scan the code and join SAMA, as I've said, at no cost to you at this stage. We've got a strong social media presence, and you are welcome to look for more information on SAMA on our social media platforms. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and also if you've got any queries regarding the services that we offer or anything pertaining to what to expect during your internship years or with regards to placements as a student in preparation for your internship, please feel free to reach out to us. And also if you've got any questions and you want to just ask something or share something from your side, you're welcome to do so. I thank you. If I may, Shelley, can I ask if Dr. Tlali is online? Does he want to say something? Okay, I don't hear Shelley here. Let's see, are there any questions? So in the webinar chat, I only see some comments from Renier. I don't see any questions at this stage. Really, guys, if you have any questions pertaining to your internship, what to expect, anything pertaining to your registration with the HPCSA, please feel free to post those comments or those questions. We will gladly deal with them.
Letitia, I just added Shelley to the meeting as well, so you're more than welcome to ask Shelley questions, and then if you want to enable somebody else, you could just tell me.
Thank you, Renier. Yes, please enable Shelley to speak. I just want to check with Shelley whether anyone from the branch wants to say something.
So, Letitia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Shelley. Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know if Dr. Tali is online. I will try and find out for you, and I'll come back to you.
Renier, can you see the names of the participants? Can you see if Dr. Tali is online?
Yeah, if you can spell it to me.
T-L-A-L-I.
No, nobody like that is online yet.
Okay, so Dr. Tlali is not online. That's not a crisis. We were just hoping that the branch also wanted to maybe share something from their side. But I think we need to hand it over to the participants to ask their questions. And please, if you've got any questions pertaining to your internship, about placement, about registration, please feel free to put those questions in the webinar chat. You will see the Q&A option is at the bottom of the screen. Okay, it seems to be quiet. There doesn't seem, we don't seem to have any questions from the participants. So without further ado, I'm going to thank you for joining us today. We are going to try and reach out to you again to give you another opportunity to hear more about SAMA. What we will do is most probably next year, we will visit you at the university and we'll give you an opportunity to interact with us, to ask us questions, and we will probably share some more information with you regarding SAMA. Renier, if it's fine with you, I would like to end the session, please.
Thank you, Letitia. Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.